Hello YouTube, this is your girl Rain Shine Fine. Coming at you with another book review. This time it is a book by Lorraine Monteagut, PhD. It is called Brujas, The Magic and Power of Witches of Color. The book is about 300 pages long, but it essentially is split up into chapters and reads like a book. I would say it's almost like a biography, but it's also has the stories of other people of color, women of color who are into the arts, magical arts, witchery. And the book talks about so much. I really enjoyed it and read most of it in a day. I like how she talks about her own story of kind of being a child that was aimless, and talked about the history of her mother and her mother's mother and how all of it ties to her healing. It's something that's very relatable, especially for women who have trauma or codependent nature or sensitivities. She talks about how she kind of unknowingly lived the trauma and relived that in her life from her mother and her mother's mother, through toxic relationships, never really being able to be alone, not really choosing to heal and jumping into more relationships because she was seeking validation and things outside herself. And all in the midst of that, she really uncovered the indigenous ceremonies and rituals that her family were unknowingly doing, and combining that with Catholicism, and that through her Latina culture, though Catholicism was strong, there was always seeking the spiritualist for help in matters that Catholicism couldn't deal with. In each chapter, she talks about a zodiac sign, and I really like that. And she also really provides resources for people who are reading the book to be in connection with communities of other witches. That's through Instagram and things like that. So it's not just about witches, but it's also just about the healing arts, people who are into curanderismo, or if you want to seek ways, resources to call on your own ancestry and the power that lies there. Each chapter she has a list of practitioners or online folks who have their own businesses, and so it's very much in support of that community, so people who are reading this book don't feel alone. She brings in each chapter an herbalist or a spiritualist or a bruja, which is the word in Spanish for witch, but it's not specifically witchcraft like in the bad sense. It's really calling on the ancestral practices of our past, of our elders, the things that were done before colonization, before slavery, that are now trendy. So she talks a lot about how there's so much appropriation in the spiritual community, this new age movement where it's cute to like burn sage and burn Palo Santo and things like that, were once demonized by the same people who are profiting off of it. So it's a lot of conscientiousness about, okay, if I'm going to go into these traditions and this spiritual practice, I don't just do it for the likes and to be trendy. It's like, you got to really do the work, because the ancestors before us did this and it wasn't cool or trendy. It just was what it was. And if you're really going to try to commune with your ancestors and go back to the traditional ways, you got to do healing. It's not the cutesy, be positive vibe or light and love. Like, there's that too, but it really means digging deep and that the journey of the spiritual path is not always roses and tulips. It's rocky too. Just like for women of color, really since the dawn of time, we've struggled as women and as people of color, navigating the identities. It's quite a bit, and the book goes into a lot of what is considered a bit by people to be pagan or witchery or voodoo or things like that, were the traditional ways, and were the ways of our ancestors, and we need to have respect for that. I enjoyed it. I really liked it, and I love how she pays homage and respect to our African ancestors, and says that a lot of the spiritual community calls on the African powers, the African ancestors, and then in their daily lives, they don't really reflect that. It's like, again, pulling energy from that which we know is powerful and then not acknowledging or respecting it. And she talks about that. And I really respect it because she does say that she is white passing as a Latina. So there's that. So many different facets of what it is to be a healer, a non-conforming person, a person who's tied to spirit, to the spiritual realm, and then also navigating the different identities, being straight, being non-binary, being a darker color than others, being lighter than others, being in academia. It's just a really interesting book, and I would definitely recommend it for those who are into spiritual things. This is another book review by your girl Rain Shine Fine. Just a regular schmegular point of view for those seeking from someone who is an avid reader.